kind of inconspicuous daily objects and they turn them into weapons. For example, we have a classic, the bow staff, which really just means the staff, and bow also means staff. So this, originally, walking stick, carrying water, nothing that's going to look out of place to a curious samurai. Yes, sir?
Isn't that like straight up on television Ninja Turtles?
You got it, man. We got a bunch of Ninja Turtle weapons. The only thing we don't have is Mikey's and Nunchaku, but we've got pretty much everything else. So this is the first weapon that we're going to be demoing a little bit. And don't worry, we won't be taking any more volunteers. All right, so if Sensei were to grab a bow, perfect, wonderful. So these obviously can be used to block with, they can be used to strike with, and there's a variety of ways that we can do that. So we're going to go through a bunch of them. We're going to kind of take you through a little crash course in bow-to-bow combat. All right, so as we guard up here, so if Andrew were to take a big old swing at my head like this, I have two options. I can duck, which, is okay, but now I'm all the way down here and I really don't know what to do. Or, option two, I can block it, like that. What if he strikes to the other side? I can block it to this side too, just like that. So that's head strikes. Those are called temple strikes. They strike to the sides of the head. Where else could you possibly hit somebody with a big old stick?
Stomach.
Stomach! I like that. So if Sensei strikes to my stomach, I'm going to block like this. And to the other side, I'll block like this. Where else? Who's got another one?
Feet.
Feet? Oh, he's going to poke me in the feet. Can you imagine if that's what karate was? That'd be incredible.
It'd be like curling.
Just trying to hit the other person in the foot first? You're close. I like where you're going.
Knees.
Knees, that's a good one, right? So if Sensei tries to hit to the knees, I'll block down like this. And to the other side, down like this. Very nice, just like that. So he's been able to hit to my knees, to my ribs, to the sides of my head. Where might be another good place to whack somebody?
In the middle of the head.
In the middle of the head. I like the way you think, sir. So if he comes down to the middle, I just come up like this. Now, here's a good rule of thumb. And it doesn't just go for these. It goes for really all of self-defense. Can you block something before you know how someone's going to hit you?
Yeah.
No, unless you're psychic. Is anybody in here psychic? What am I thinking about?
I don't know.
You don't know? Then you're not really psychic. Sorry. All right.
Probably guessing the next move you're gonna make when you're in the combat.
Incorrect. Tacos. Yeah. So, if you don't know what strike they're going to do, and you can't block until you know what strike they're going to do, does your block have to be faster or slower than the strike?
Faster.
Faster, right? Makes sense. My block has got to beat his strike because otherwise I get thumped. Yeah? Okay, cool. So if you'll notice, when he's striking, he's taking big, powerful movements that swing around, trying to do damage to me. Did you know that it doesn't take a big, powerful movement to stop a big, powerful movement? Do you guys know that? Does a wall move?
No.
Does it stop you if you run into it?
Yes.
Uh-huh. This is the same principle. We just want to get something up fast to take away his momentum. So, if you'll notice, when he does, say, his reverse strikes, when he comes all the way back and swings all the way through like this, I don't do a big motion like that. Reverse temple, I just come up like this. All I do is bring one edge, boop, up like that. Who's faster? Me? So who wins? You. Now check this out. If I try to block with another reverse, so he comes in for a reverse strike, and I block with a reverse strike, who's faster? Well, we don't know. And that's the problem. I don't want to have to defend myself on a bunch of I don't knows, right? I want to be sure that I can block it. Am I right? Yeah, it makes sense, right? So these are one of the many, many weapons that we get to play with here. The other one, you're going to hold on to that for a second. These guys, so we're moving on from Donatello to Raphael, right? Yeah, we got more over there too. Colin's got a pair too. We'll do those in a second. Yeah. So these guys, anybody know what they're called? They're not pitchforks. They look like it.
Size.
Size. Oh, side. It's kind of like calling like a bunch of sheeps, you know. But yeah, these are side. Now, what's cool about these is that you can get a little bit flashy with them. So a stick is a stick is a stick. Okay, but these, I can have them closed, I can have them open, and I can move between the two in a bunch of really cool ways. I can even spin them around. It's pretty rad. I won't do it in here because if I drop them, I'll look like a fool. All right?
Don't drop them.
Yeah, right. Oh, well, that's fair. I mean, I can't argue with that logic. I guess I'll just, woo, there we go, perfect. Wonderful. So, we're going to start with them closed like this. So when they're closed like this, I can block using the metal edge along my arm. Boom, like so. I can punch using this, and I can even poke him with the pokey bits. Right there. So for these, you're going to operate a little bit differently. So if Sensei Andrew were to come in with a temple strike for me, go ahead. I'd come up and block like so. And if you came up with a reverse, check this out, guys. I don't need to switch sides like I did with the bow, because I got two hands. Right? I got two hands that can do two separate things. His hands are stuck doing one thing. So who do you think has the advantage right now? This guy! That's right! So, check this out. These are one of my favorite Kobudo weapons, guys. Because after I block, so Temple Strike comes in, I block it. What do you think these guys are for?
For pulling down.
It's hooked now. This is my bow now. And I've still got this hand. Right? So I can come, boom, over the top and get him there. I can make him drop his weapon. I can make him do anything. I got two hands. He's just got the one. So that's pretty cool. So you can use the side to really combat the bow very, very nicely. What if you're facing somebody who also has side? Which ones are better? Mine. So, here's the thing with this. If we were fighting side to side, do you think it'd be super practical to keep them closed up like this?
No.
No. We might as well be boxing at that point. And I don't want to get poked by like these, which I feel like would happen a lot if we were fighting like this. Alright? I really don't want to be. So now is kind of where we're going to start opening them up, like so. So we're in a good guard here. Now we both have two hands, so what does it come down to?
Speed.
Speed. It comes down to whoever's faster, right? And whoever knows more.
Yeah.
So we're just going to go through a couple basic strikes and blocks for you guys here. So I'm going to strike to the temple. Kyle's just going to raise up and give us a simple block here. So I come across, he blocks. I step forward and strike again. Theoretically, he would move back. Ah! Wonderful! Excellent. So check this out, guys. These aren't just good for catching bows. They're also really, really good for catching sharp metal things. In fact, they even have a cool little double purpose. So if Colin were to come over the top and strike at the crown of my head here, as he is going to do now, I catch it. It's not mine yet, though. He can easily slip it right out. Until I lock it in place like this. Not only is it harder for him to pull out now his attention is focused on it. So what do I do while his attention is focused on it?
Hit him with it.
Poke him with the pointy end. You guys got it. You guys are on fire. Are you guys like secretly karate masters? Your friend is?
Actually, my friend is your karate.
Really? Who's your friend?
Master Dangle.
Ah, Dangle! Yeah. Oh, wow. Man, hit with the dab. Perfect. Wonderful. So, usually, these weren't actually to fight side to side, or even bow to side, because if you're using Okinawan weapons, typically you're on the same team. Make sense? What were they made to fight?
Swords.
Swords! That's right. Specifically, who knows the official name? Your hand shot up so fast. But I haven't heard from you yet. Close. Switch two of the consonants around. Let's see, I heard from you. I heard from you a lot. And I'm going to make Dangle do push-ups because he knows you.
We do a lot of push-ups. He knows me too. We do a lot of push-ups.
He knows you too? Oh boy.
We did
Okay.
100 push-ups.
Katana.
Katana! So close, man. So close. So we're going to show you a little bit of katana work too. Now, katana is not necessarily included in Ishinryu karate. It's just something that I've happened to do for a long time, and I think it's super cool, and I figured you guys would want to see some sword stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, agreed? Agreed, cool. Everybody likes the swords. Everybody likes the swords. So, we've now covered, you know, here's this. There's that. And just give me a moment with this. Now, we'll go a little bit gentle with this because, you know, I really don't want like anything removed from my body tonight, if that's cool.
Is that thing actually sharp?
A little bit, and a little bit is all it takes. Mine's a little bit more than a little bit. We'll see how it goes. All right. So, Colin draws. Behold, the mighty samurai. Boom! Intimidating, yes?
No.
Yes.
No!
Yes.
Here, come stand where I'm standing.
There's somebody with a sword right here.
You're not moving.
You weren't taking volunteers.
Only if I have to prove a point. Okay, so I have Sai. He has a sword. These aren't super sharp. They're not supposed to be. They're not slicing things. They're not slicing weapons. It's not what they're for. For pokey pokey and thumpy thumpy. Okay? And there's a reason for that. If these were sharp, they wouldn't be as strong. They wouldn't be as heavy. Because you guys don't know the real purpose of these yet. Well, there's one real purpose and there's another real purpose that I think you guys will all get a kick of. But we'll start with the first one first. So, this time, if Colin were to chop downwards at my head in a samurai fashion, and I were to block up like this, and I reach up and I grab, if these were bladed, you know, I would just be limited to slicey. But that's not enough for me. I want to add insult to injury. What these are for, one of their original purposes was to take a trapped katana and break it. These were sword breakers. Does anybody know why that's important for feudal Japan, for feudal Okinawa? What's so important about breaking a samurai's sword? Oh, so many volunteers, so many people with a knowledge of feudal Japan. I love it. Yes?
Probably to disarm them, unless I have a bow on them.
Yeah, fair. They're holding a sword. You think they're just like have a bow strapped across their back?
Yeah.
Like walking around with a stick? Oh, like a bow and arrow? Like a computer?
Like
Oh.
a bow and arrow.
Oh, well, even if he did, like, I think he would have used that a while ago before we fought, like, face to face. It's really hard to, like, fire an arrow at somebody if they're all up in your face with two of these things. You'd be a little bit taken aback. Why is it important to break someone's sword? Disarming is good, I like that.
To destroy their honor.
To destroy their honor! The samurai believed that their spirit, their soul, lived in their sword. So if me, some little nobody from Okinawa, broke their sword, do you think that'd be a little bit insulting?
Yes.
Do you think they'd be very happy with me?
No.
Do you think if they invaded my country, I would just love to make them feel that? So that's what these are for, all right? Another thing that they're for is if his sword is broken and he starts running away from me, go on, get it. I can throw it. They're not for throwing at, like, his back or anything. It's not trying to, like, get him. What it's doing is actually going to come from behind, and as he's running away, it's going to pin his foot to the ground. How cool is that? I think it's cool. I think it's pretty cool. So,
Demonstrate.
I don't think I'd have too much success sticking it into, whatever that is. But tile, now, the most classic of battles is sword to sword, right? It's in pretty much like every movie involving swords ever. It's never sword to side. It's always sword to sword. Except for Kung Fu Panda.
I knew that movie was special.
It really was. But what you might not know is that sword fighting doesn't look like it does in the movies. I'm sorry if I just shattered your dreams for what you're about to see. What happens in real life is whoever draws first pretty much wins. Unless the other person's really, really fast too. There's an entire sword-based martial art called Iai-Jutsu. Everyone say Iai-Jutsu.
Iai-Jutsu.
Perfect. Well done. Iai-Jutsu is the art of drawing and finishing your opponent in one cut. as your sword leaves the saya, that's the scabbard here, it cuts, and the fight is over. That's what real samurai fights look like. It wasn't ting, ting, ting.